Alright, welcome back to the next part of the guide and playthrough to Majora's Mask. In the last episode, we went to the Deku Palace and found out that the monkey here is going to be punished for kidnapping the princess when we really know that it was a monster that did that. Then we came into the garden and got the beans from the bean cellar down that hole. This time we're going to be going back out and planting the beans along the side of the castle where the monkey told us to. So to plant the beans, you're going to want to go over this way across these lily pads. Be sure you use the Deku hops here, because this water will hurt you. You're going to want to kill that thing a few times to get some Deku nuts. Trust me, they'll be helpful in the next area. I believe this is where the bean shop was moved to in the 3DS version. Once again, sorry I couldn't be playing that version, but I don't have a capture card because, well, I'm sort of 15 and have no job. So yeah, I can't afford something like that. That's also why I'm playing the GameCube version of all versions of this game. That's the one I own, and I can't afford another. Alright, so once you've ordered that bean, just stand on the leaf, and you're going to want to be in Deku form for this next segment. So just hop down here and dive into this flower. We're going to be flying along these flowers on these floating platforms here. Over there you'll notice that there is a new enemy. I believe that's called a Mad Scrub. Yeah, Mad Scrub. And they'll just die in one hit to anything, but make sure they don't shoot you down with their Deku Nut. Wonderful. Oh, well, I guess that shows what happens when you get shot down. You just land back in this area down here, so you're just going to want to get caught instantly and get thrown back out as a bit of a shortcut. I guess that gives me the opportunity to talk about something else I wanted to talk about. And yeah, that's what falling looks like. I totally meant to do that. And this gives me an opportunity to talk about another thing I wanted to mention. You're going to want to go back to Clock Town at around 11, because you can get a pretty helpful item by going back there at this time and going to North Clock Town. So, we're going to be doing that once we have an easier way of getting back, and once it's that time. Alright, so, back here again, let's just go into the flower, and not get knocked down this time. Remember, the bubbles are pretty inaccurate, so you might have to sort of just aim them near where the enemy is, not right in front of them. I usually find it to be a better idea to use the Deku Nuts on these guys, but that doesn't seem to be working this time. Or rather, I messed it up last time. As per usual, when using the Deku flowers, just remember that it's not a limited amount of time you have in the air. It's just that you can only get a certain distance away from where you first launched. I don't know if that was changed in the 3DS version, but I don't think it was. So, if you didn't get that heart piece from earlier, you can just fall down here and do that, but really I think it's a better idea to just go through the garden and sneak around the guys. It looks like I'm gonna have to just Deku Nut this dude because I... Oh crap! Well then. Okay, so there, as you can see, the guards can spot you. You can see the guard's line of sight at night. That's what I meant to do. So sorry I can't just cut this out. Well, I might try to, but if I can't, then sorry about that. I'm not very good at video editing. This is gonna take quite a while. Guess I might as well just talk about a few other things that are happening in the game right now. So, I mentioned that you can go back to North Clocktown to get another item at this point. I believe there's also a... Oh yeah, we also have to go back to North Clocktown on the second day for the Deku Scrub playground. I forgot about that. There's also another mini-game. Actually, wait, you can't do that mini-game yet. Never mind. So, you don't want to be like me and just dive into these flowers immediately. You want to take out these guys first. So once again, just land on these platforms. It's very hard for these guys to hit you because of how the platforms are moving. And yeah, it is possible to fly above them and hit them with Deku Nuts. It's just not the easiest thing to do. So really, just don't do what I'm doing and just shoot them down with the bubbles. Bubbles are pretty inaccurate, but they usually work okay. Yeah, even if the side of the bubble just barely touches them, it still counts. Actually, I believe that over there is where the heart piece was. And this platform goes on a really long loop, so you don't want to just jump at it right now. As I said, it's not a set amount of time you have in the air, it's a distance away from the flower, but if you go too far, you do lose elevation if you start to back up, so don't do that unless you have to. Once you made it to this flower, you're pretty much home free, so just wait until it takes you next to the door. Sorry that took me a few tries, but I'm really not too great at this particular part. Guess that just shows that this is not the easiest segment in the world. When someone who's beaten this game like 5 times takes a few tries to do it. Alright, so now we're in the monkey chamber here. Okay, I believe what you have to do is actually talk to him in human form first. Alright, so he wants to untie him from the rope, so what you have to do is just slash at it, but you actually can't land that. I've even tried doing jump attacks from up on the thing there. Something that can make a lot of noise. The ocarina will not do, so what we need to do now is turn into the Deku, pull out the Deku pipes, and... Okay, there we go. Don't know why it didn't work the first time. By the way, who are you? Yeah, for some reason, no one ever notices that you can turn into a bunch of different forms. They all just assume that you're 2 different people. Okay, so we can't let them hear us here, so he's just gonna have to tell us this very softly. And for some reason, Link thinks it's a good idea to just immediately echo it on those pipes that were said to be super loud and carry a long way. Sonata of Awakening. Better use the shortcut. Alright. Alright, so I think that's enough for now. Thanks for watching this part, and I hope you found it